Hello again, this is Bob Weir with the Cross Timbers Gazette, and my guest today is Curtis Shore, a Highland Village resident and a principal in the redevelopment of Parker Square in Flower Mound. Thank you for being here, Mr. Shore.
Thank you, Bob.
If you would, please tell residents something about yourself, such as your occupation and your role in the management of Parker Square.
Well, I've been in the commercial real estate business for about 30 years, the last 20 in Flower Mound. And I was a part of the original development team of Parker Square starting in the late 90s and spent 11 years there. Since that time, I have just been in general practice, and we have a group of investors that invest in real estate, develop and redevelop, and buy for investment.
Most residents have been looking forward to the revitalization of Parker Square after the devastating recession a few years ago. What's currently happening in Parker Square, and what does the future look like?
Well, we too are looking forward to the redevelopment of it. We have always believed in Parker Square. It's had its real glory days from about 2000 to 2005 or 6. And when we got the opportunity to invest in that property, we jumped on that. We purchased 5 of the 9 buildings in Parker Square, and we are redeveloping those, re-tenanting, and our vision is to make it economically viable, of course, for the investors, but also to make it a viable destination for tenants and residents of Flower Mound.
And Parker Square has had some excellent retail establishments over the past decade or more and continues to offer some quality enterprises, but it has also lost some during the recession. What has been the biggest challenge to keeping those retail entities from closing?
Well, I think first of all the recognition that the epicenter of retail in Flower Mound has moved from the late 90s, and it is now, of course, west and north of Parker Square. So we've had to recognize that Parker Square, as a good piece of real estate, needs to be recast into what the market wants. And we believe that is more, of course, office. It's about 50% office, but we believe more quasi-retail, service, professional, as attorneys, accountants, insurance people. We have a photography studio. There are fitness and personal service businesses that are coming and wanting to come, along with restaurants.
Do you have marketing agents recruiting new businesses?
We do. We have worked in lockstep with Mark Wood at the Town of Flower Mound, Economic Development Director. He has been very instrumental in directing new businesses and entities to Parker Square. As you know, the Town of Flower Mound recently leased a space in the corner building of the square to have its new Innovation and Entrepreneurial Center. That's under construction, and we're tickled to have that. That will be a source of traffic and tenanting for us. And then we have Bridge Realty relocated to Parker Square. The principal is Phyllis Garcia, and she does our leasing and marketing, and she's done a terrific job. Frankly, just in the time we have had it since May of last year, occupancy has moved from the low 50% to mid 70s. So we're on our way, and glad to be there.
Yeah, Parker Square is a nice place to do business, and as you know, I had an office there with my partner Shane Allen when we had the News Connection.
Yes.
And enjoyed the space for a number of years. So it's a good place to do business and a great place to go shopping, restaurants, and things like that. Everybody, I think, that I know really are looking forward to Parker Square being what it was intended to be from the very beginning. But let me ask you this. If someone were looking to rent an office, what would the square foot price be?
We are re-tenanting office space in the $15 to $16 per square foot range. There are typically expenses that we pass through above that, but the fact that we acquired the property at below market allows us to compete rather favorably, aggressively against our competition. So what might be a $20 to $22 rate is going to translate to a $16 to $18 rate all in Parker Square.
All right, so what would you say is needed to make Parker Square a more popular venue for area residents?
Well, of course, just bringing it back to life is going to have an impact on that, certainly. The center has been at 50% or below occupancy during the bank ownership. So just to re-tenant it brings vitality to it. We have found the morale has soared since we started working on it. We have committed to invest substantial dollars in redeveloping the center, which would include fixing deferred maintenance and adding cosmetic improvements to it. We have been fixing air conditioners and roofs and irrigation and landscaping for several months now, and we're committed to continue that as we bring up our tenancy.
I was just thinking about signage. What about signage? There once was a rule against signage in the town or something. Is that still?
You know, it's there's some misinformation in that. It was a challenge at one time. We believe that has changed now, and we are getting much more leniency in signage that you can actually read on buildings. We also have budgeted for a monument sign to go out in front of the square, which it has always needed, and it will be a multi-label monument that will serve the center and tenants.
How about this? How will the opening of the riverwalk affect the success of Parker Square?
You know, I think it will be synergetic. I don't believe it's competitive, as the other projects in town are synergetic as well. Parker Square is a unique niche piece of the market that we believe has viability in its own, and we're excited to bring that element back to Flower Mound, so no competition.
Where could someone get more information about Parker Square? Is there a web page or something like that?
We're rebuilding the website that is parkersquare.com. It is not up, but we have purchased the rights to it, and we're under construction now. The best contact is Bridge Realty, Phyllis Garcia. She is on site, and Bridge Realty has its own website for the marketing.
Well, I want to thank you very much, Curtis Shore, for being here and for providing information to area residents about a great venue for Flower Mound and its environs. So I hope the best for the future.
Well, thank you so much, and as always, I appreciate you and all your support.
Thank you, and thank you for watching.